Do you know what a carp is? No, it's not just a fish that is caught with corn. It is a living excavator, sanitation worker, feed base, and breeder all in one. See how one carp does more for the ecosystem than entire teams of ecologists. The sazan is a wild form of carp. It lived in our waters even before the first fishermen appeared. And today, it doesn't just live, it performs several critically important functions in nature. Let's look at the 10 main ones to understand why it is needed not only by fishermen, but also by nature itself. 10 functions of carp in nature. 1. Plows the bottom, digs up silt, stirs up sediments, and accelerates the cycle of substances. Without it, bottom sediments stagnate and suffocate. 2. Aerates the soil, saturates the bottom silt with oxygen through its movements. This reduces decay and triggers the growth of beneficial bacteria. 3. Destroys detritus, eats organic debris and carrion. Works like an aquatic vacuum cleaner, cleaning the ecosystem. 4. Controls populations of mollusks and insects. Prevents pests from dominating. For example, it limits the number of mosquito larvae. 5. Feeds predators. It itself becomes prey for pike, catfish, herons, and otters. One carp is a day's food for a predator. 6. Serves as a womb for the eggs of other species. Even other fish lay their eggs there. This phenomenon is called substrate spawning. 7. Spreads seeds, eats plants, and through its digestive tract, they are distributed throughout the water body. A biological tractor agronomist. 8. Regulates the composition of plankton. Filters out zooplankton. Affects the transparency and blooming of water. 9. Forms the bottom relief. Changes the micro-landscape with its actions. Makes pits, grooves, and areas with different flow speeds. 10. Indicates the state of the ecosystem. Has the carp disappeared? Something is wrong with the water. It is the first to leave the problem zone. 10 unusual facts about carp. 1. Can survive in water with oxygen levels below 1 milligram per liter. Almost anaerobic conditions. A true survivor. 2. It remembers its feeding place and returns there on time. It has its own timer. 3. It can migrate tens of kilometers in search of food or spawning grounds. It doesn't sit still. It's a natural long-distance traveler. 4. It lives up to 30 years, almost like a dog, an old-timer of the underwater world. 5. Can weigh over 30 kilograms, an absolute monster. Imagine the damage it can do to silt. 6. Reacts to electromagnetic fields, senses current lines in fish fields, almost like fish navigation. 7. It has a developed sense of taste on its whiskers. It literally tastes the bottom with its lips. It doesn't need eyes. It feels food. 8. In winter, it can fall into semi-stasis. It freezes at the bottom and hardly breathes. It survives winter in slow motion. 9. Even with severe injuries, it is capable of recovery. Bitten off a fin, it will grow back. 10th, it hybridizes with carp, but retains its wildness. Its offspring are wild, resilient, and fast. Conclusion. The carp is not just a fish. It is a bottom engineer, ecosystem stabilizer, and food source all in one. It affects the water, plants, other fish, and even birds. And when there are too few of them, the ecosystem immediately fails. So every carp is a living cog in the mechanism of nature. Surprised? Such a seemingly simple carp, but it plays the role of a mini ecologist with 20 skills. Subscribe. I'll show you how nature works from the inside. No nonsense, but with respect for every species.